All right. Oh, we're live.
We're all grumpy today.
Yeah.
So you be warned.
And you have a carried over rant from last week.
And apparently, a certain subway knifing has triggered my PTSD rage.
Yeah.
If you'd like to keep the heater going because it's September, what the hell? Donate here.
Right now, it's air conditioning.
Air conditioning in the day, heater at night. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Texas. Don't know what to tell you.
Coffee.
If you like coffee, talk to these guys, King Harvest Imperial Coffees at www.kingharv.com. Geisha blend, highly recommended. If you order from them, let them know you heard about it from us. Mona Leaves Teas, www.tinyurl.com. Maybe not www. Oh, whatever. It's on the screen. Has a whole bunch of smart T-shirts with smarmy sayings.
Including the most recent one of cake eating civilian, complete with military order number.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Let him know you heard about it from us. He's a friend of ours.
The NSN does actually not go anywhere. I checked.
Oh, okay. Because he was
But it
saying
is-
something about scrolling through pages and pages to try and find it.
Well, it is a correct sequence,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't actually go anywhere.
Okay,
I
good.
used to have the book when I was that lets you decipher NSNs because NSN numbers are actually a code.
Now it's over 9,000 of them.
Good heavens.
It was over 8,000 when I was in.
Yeah.
And I'd swear 22,000 of them were involved small arms.
Yeah. There was also a set that one was a locomotive and one was an O-ring.
And they were close enough that somebody ordered one of the
And-
wrong one by accident.
Two numbers got flipped,
Mm-hmm.
and the O-ring turned into a locomotive.
I think I heard this story.
Yeah. It was rather interesting.
Back when I was in, back when we were still riding Triceratops to work, when you ordered something, you had the NSN and then you followed up with a nomenclature.
Yeah.
You had to follow up with a nomenclature. And the order clerk on the far end had to double check. And if one didn't match the other, he was supposed to get in touch with you.
Well, we had a kid in my squadron. I found out since I was the duty officer and got the phone call.
That's never good.
Yeah, we were deployed to Italy, and I get a call from the supply officer at the NSC Norfolk, Naval Supply Center Norfolk, wanting to know why in the hell we had ordered a P3 because we were a P3 squadron. And I said, I don't know, Commander. I'll have to call you back. No, I want to know right now. Commander, I'm going to have to put you on hold while I find out. Well, you go find out right now and let me know.
To which E6 McMurtry would have said, I'm sorry, sir. Let me pull the answer out of my ass.
So-
Sir?
I put him on hold. And my ASDO, Assistant Squadron Duty Officer, called downstairs to the Maintenance Master Chief and asked him to come up along with whoever the duty AK was, a skivvy stacker, also known as aviation storekeeper. And the E9 comes up with this brand new airman
No.
who was fresh out of A school,
There you go.
who had been left alone by his supervisor, and maintenance needed a prop hub. That's the black thing that goes over the end of the propeller on a P3. So the kid ordered it, and it came back not in stock. Well, his training was to order the next hour assembly, which he blindly did. And that came back not in stock
So he went up again.
because that was the propeller.
He kept going up the chain.
So he went back again to the next higher number, which was a P3 engine, which came back not in stock. And he went to the next higher number, which was a P3. And that was when Norfolk got involved.
Well, God bless their pointy little heads. They're morons.
Yeah. So it was an interesting break in the 3 o'clock a.m. cycle of that particular evening. And the E6 that was supposed to have been on AK, that was supposed to have been on duty, had an interesting little sit to with the maintenance master chief.
I mean, kid was trying.
He was trying. I mean, he was doing exactly what he'd been trained to do.
You just tell the master chief, hey, kid needs a little updated training. Get on it.
Yeah, they yeah. So there were interesting things that happened. No, we didn't get a new P3.
No.
We didn't get it. Well, actually, the funny part was we found a prop hub in the squadron spaces. Somebody had squirreled away from the previous squadron and didn't tell anybody.
Cab heaters.
Yep. So yeah. Okay, Cedar, you had a rant from Thursday.
Remind me, because I've slept that since then.
Ingram Press.
Okay. So this was having to do with Kindle Unlimited
Right.
and opening up to public libraries.
Right.
And I did write up an article on Mad Genius Club for anybody that needs to reference this later.
Yes, you did.
But so the thing is that it's a nice thing that Amazon's doing.
Yep.
Because it's allowing authors who are in the KDP Select, which is known on the reader side as Kindle Unlimited, it's allowing us to also distribute our books through public libraries.
Yep.
So the ranty part probably comes in with a couple of different directions here, which is one, in order to distribute into Overdrive, which is the pool of books that public libraries can use for checking out, you either have to go through Drafted Digital, or I think there's actually another distributor that goes through it.
Yeah.
Ingram Spark is not themselves a distributor. Ingram Spark is a print-on-demand
Right.
company. So if you upload a book to Ingram Spark, that doesn't mean it's going anywhere. It
Right.
just goes to Ingram Spark, and then you can order copies of it. Distributors are who actually puts the book into different retailers.
Right.
Amazon, because they're so huge, KDP, Kindle Direct Print, or Kindle Direct Publishing rather, is the distributor to Amazon.
Right.
However, you can upload your book to someplace like Draft Digital, Smashwords. There's a couple of other smaller, more obscure distributors out there that I'm aware exist, but I don't know what their names are off the top of my head. And you can upload to, we'll just use Drafted Digital for argument's sake, because I hate Smashwords. And Drafted Digital has issues, yes, but it's better than Smashwords, which is a low bar, Claire.
Very low.
Yes. So that will you can actually use that to distribute your book into Amazon.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other places where you cannot with a book that's in KDP.
But you have to be very careful of which libraries you distribute to, or which library programs you distribute to, because some of them allow you to stay in KDP and some of them do not.
Right. And that's going to have to be doing some research and due diligence.
Right.
The KDP verbiage, which I have cut and pasted into my Mad Genius thing,
Right.
is that they will now allow for simultaneous enrollment in KDP Select and public libraries.
Right.
So you have to make sure that where you're distributing, what you're distributing your books into, is a public library. And that's why I'm saying Overdrive, because that's what Overdrive does. So you can't distribute to Kobo or any of the other little things out there, because that will violate your terms of service to be exclusive with KDP.
Mm-hmm.
Something that a lot of readers don't, or not readers, but authors don't seem to understand, is that you are not locked into KDP Select. It is a 90-day enrollment term.
Yep.
So you can put your book in for 3 months, take it back out, and go wide with it. There's nothing keeping you locked into Kindle Unlimited.
That is true. But if you go wide,
you have to be very, very careful if you then decide you're going to backtrack and go to just Kindle Unlimited. because
Which,
you have to make sure you're unpublished absolutely everywhere. And some of those places,
and Barnes and
I'm not
Noble
good about
will
that.
not unpublish them.
I've not had an issue with Barnes and Noble. I did have a problem with Lulu, which is one of the more obscure little outlets out
I had
there.
a problem with Barnes and Noble because I, stupidly enough, of course, this is 12 years ago now,
Mm-hmm.
tried to go wide by
Yep.
going into Barnes and Noble.
Yep.
Barnes and Noble will not give me the rights back. So my first,
Paying you for it?
No.
Then
My
it's
first
time to do
Gray Man, the
DCMA takedown
vignettes.
notices.
the vignettes will
Mhm.
never be in KDP,
Right.
never
Because,
in Kindle Unlimited.
well, you probably need to draft a takedown notice and submit that to Barnes and Noble.
I have, and they ignored it.
And it's a matter of, can you afford to actually get a lawyer involved, and is it worth it? Probably not.
No.
But where I was going with this is that you want to make sure that where you're distributing the book to is a public library. But
Yeah.
here's the other thing, which is how traditional publishers handle library books.
Yes.
So when I was a librarian, which has been a long time ago, it's been over a decade now, and I had a nice conversation with somebody about this recently of why I didn't stay a librarian, but that's a digression. This has been far enough back that it was right at the time when Overdrive was just switching to become what it is now. Before that, it had been much more limited use and distribution.
Calligraphy
also-
pens.
Yeah, he's got. I was given a box full of writing utensils, and he's
Everybody's
Okay
wanting to know
with
what you're playing with.
Oh,
dip pens, calligraphy pens, fountain pens,
Nothing.
some neat stuff in there.
Nothing.
So this has been long enough ago that my boss bought and handed me the very first versions of both the Kindle and the Nook.
Yeah.
And he handed them to me. He told me to learn how to use them, write up a manual on how to use them. It would be suitable so that we could actually check these devices out to our library patrons so they could learn how to use them and figure out if this was something that they wanted to then purchase for themselves.
Yeah.
This was also early days. As far as nowadays, I don't think libraries necessarily do that still because of the rights and licensing involved. I'm not sure you can.
Yeah.
But there was a rumor, and later on it was definitely confirmed, which is that the way that traditional publishers were going to handle ebooks was that they were going to license the ebooks. Licensing ebooks has been around from the beginning, y'all.
Yep.
I know there was recently a kerfluffle about we don't own Kindle books. It's been that way since the beginning.
Yeah.
You've never owned Kindle books. Yes, you could download and back them up before, but that loophole was allowing a crap ton of piracy, which is why Amazon closed it. Anyhow, so traditional publishers license their ebooks to public libraries with a clause in them that the ebooks would fall apart the same way that a paper book would. So after X number of checkouts, an ebook would spontaneously just self-destruct.
Yep.
And the library had to buy another license for that particular ebook. The knock-on of this is that the licenses for ebooks are sold at stupid high prices,
Yep.
like brand new academic textbook level prices.
Yep.
They are not sold at the same
Wow.
price as a reader would buy an ebook, which even for
Yeah.
TradPub and being ridiculously high, we're not talking about a $14.99 ebook for the libraries, guys. Add a zero to the end of that,
Yeah.
at least. And this is a self-destructing license. This is why when you go and you look at what's available online at your local public library, you will find a limited selection of the traditional published bestsellers.
Mhm.
There's always a hold list for them because they can't be checked out simultaneously either.
Yep.
Like a paper book, they're supposed to be handled one
One at a time.
checkout at a time. And you won't find the backlist. Even for more popular authors, you won't find the backlist because as checkouts slow down, it's not in the library's best interest to use their budget to buy more licenses for
Right.
that book. So there's a point where they're like, they have to look at their budget. Most libraries have a very limited budget. I mean, my experience has been with smaller rural libraries, and I know that there's big city libraries that have lots of money to spend, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Overdrive, and there are some other public library databases. Our local library here does not use Overdrive. They have another database they use, an independent one. But those databases of ebooks exist so that libraries can share resources, which is why being able to get your book into that will get your book in front of readers that are checking books out from libraries.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the potential for indie authors to get their stuff in front of readers who wouldn't necessarily see it otherwise. However, something you want to think about as an author putting your books into this distribution system is not pricing them the way you would if you're just offering them to a readership. I'm not advocating for pricing them up at the huge markup that traditional publishers do, but you want to consider if you want to price them a little higher because of the way they're going to be used. And the fact that you are distributing into a much larger audience. So that's something to think about. However, if you do put in the first couple of books in your series, you're liable to pick up readers who want the rest of the series, have tried the first taste for free, and are now happy to pay your prices because you are not TradPub priced.
Yep.
And if you are, I'm going to come smack some sense into you.
Why?
But it's complicated, and you have to do your research. You have to make sure that you know what you're getting into. So it is both an opportunity, and it's definitely something you need to stop and think through before you just launch your books off into it.
Yeah.
And yes, that was me being ranty.
Rick says, knowing actual sales, you have a benchmark to see how badly their traditional accounting should come with a black mask. Yeah, pretty much.
So here's the interesting thing about having spent enough time looking at Amazon and knowing what I know about Amazon rankings is I can generally tell how well a book is selling. I don't have to see the actual sales data. All I need to do is be able to see the rankings and the number of reviews it has.
Yeah.
I use this to evaluate potential publishers if I'm looking at submitting a story to an anthology. If I go in and they've got a bunch of anthologies that are ranked somewhere in the 2 million mark, and they might have a review, or no, not even a review, a rating.
Yeah.
Then I know I don't want to submit my story to them because I'm not going to make any money.
Yeah. Speaking of libraries, having heard nothing back from BAMSA, so we are going to donate the collected books that we have to a little library up in Alaska.
Oh, good.
In a place called Whittier.
Oh, the giant barracks, the
the
indoor
whole
city.
town in a one building.
Yeah, whole town in one building. So that's thanks to Brennan Hankins.
Yeah.
Who pointed us to them being an interesting situation.
Well, I bet they won't turn ours down either. And we don't need DOD clearance.
Nope. Being in an interesting situation and not having much reading material.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So now I just got to pay shipping to Alaska.
Yeah. I mean, that's never fun.
No.
So
it may be a couple of shipments.
even just shipping here in the States has gotten ridiculously high.
Yeah.
I recently had to, there is an on-off switch on that one, so be careful. I recently paid to ship a book and a novella, not a full-size book, media mail, and was startled at how much it cost.
Yeah.
And not to mention the cost of shipping one of the little priority mail envelopes to my son. And hopefully that makes it there. Oh no, wait, did he tell me he got it? He did. The last time I tried to ship something on base to him,
Yeah.
the post office, in their infinite wisdom, slapped a sticker over our handwritten address. It got delivered to the front gate and returned to us
Yeah.
as it should have been, because
Yeah.
that's not where it was supposed to go.
Yeah, Kermit, it's a long way away from Brennan, but he drove through there on the way up. So that's how we know about it.
I knew it existed.
Yeah.
I never been there. It was way out of my.
Yeah.
He found the on-off button. Okay, so that is an electric eraser,
Uh-huh.
and it operates the same way a little spinning toothbrush does. It just has a little rotary motor in it.
So it would have an alternate use.
Possibly. I mean, I got it because I am doing colored pencil on vellum, and vellum is a slick surface, so it has some interesting properties.
Yeah.
With being able to erase colored pencil off of it is one, but erasing colored pencil, it was recommended to use the electric eraser, so I went ahead and got one. They're
Yeah.
not that expensive.
I didn't realize there were electric erasers.
Yeah.
And they come with these teeny tiny little erasers too.
Yeah.
You can install, so you have.
What's the gray
you
one?
can do that's the modifying clip, so you socket that in for the bigger eraser goes. So then you have a teeny tiny little eraser for little tiny highlights and spots on your painting.
Oh, I am so not going
I
there.
could use that for so many things.
Hobby Lobby, $5.
Yeah, I've got to ship 5 books to England,
Oh my goodness.
so that's going to be expensive.
I had to ship some stuff to Australia a while back.
Oof.
I've done shipped things to Australia a
Yeah.
couple of times, and let's just say the shipping alone was far more than the value of what was being shipped.
Oh yeah, I know.
But it was sentimental reasons. So
You said this was $5?
Yeah.
So this is a $5 dental drill.
okay. I don't think it's that powerful, but okay.
Well, it isn't now.
It's only 2 AAA batteries. Trying to remember what I put in it.
How long does it last? Is the next question.
I have no idea, because I just started working on learning
About one
colored
cut
pencils.
through a receiver, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, not going there.
Oh.
More power, yes, Brian. More power.
Well, I was going to say, that reminds me of, so I'm working on the little workshop that's attached to our garage, trying to get it cleaned up and usable so that I can do some projects out there. And one of the things that we were talking about was we have all the old plumbing and electric in there still
Yeah.
for the hot tub that's been removed.
Yeah.
And Sanford was standing there going, I need a little an air-powered pneumatic cutoff wheel. So we have now own a pneumatic cutoff wheel and cutting discs. And he's very excited about getting to get down there and use an air tool to cut off some of the old plumbing.
Does he have a compressor?
Yeah, we have a little compressor.
Okay.
Just remember, Owl Park does not have an ambulance service. Ambulances have to come. They have to come all the way from Wichita. And the volunteer fire department, bless their hearts, will do their best till the ambulance gets here. However,
Yeah.
just gonna throw it out there.
Yeah. Medical grade N2O in the car, because that's the only grade the local air gas shop
Nitrous
has.
oxide?
Huh?
Nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
Welding gases? I mean, I used to keep a tank of nitrogen on hand, but that was for balloons.
Yeah.
I have tried to cheer up, guys, because the whole subway thing
Yeah.
has me
And by subway thing, he does not mean the sandwich.
has me enraged.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
You and a bunch of other folks. So we will let that one go by.
Yeah, I think we'll just
Yeah,
right,
because
Right.
all 3 of us would get ranty.
Michael says drafting versions of electronic erasers can be used for spot polishing.
I was thinking about drilling holes through AR-15. Oh, excuse me.
I really don't think, I think you need a Dremel for that. because this thing
I've
is going to
got
be a
multiple
gutless.
Dremels.
I have a couple of Dremels myself,
Yeah.
but
Yes, but the local dog shooting society is not going to use this as a example of a. I'm sorry.
I'm an artist. I have Dremels because
Oh, Dagamore says not into O. Ah, come on, show it, damn it. All right, damn it.
Yeah,
Oh,
listening to you.
N2O adds more O2 to the system for cheap power adder. Think turbo in a bottle. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
very good.
N2 is nitrogen, N2O is nitrous oxide, if I
Yeah.
remember right. Or is that NO2? I don't. Fuck it. It wasn't involving explosives. I don't remember all that well.
Yeah. Wiley Coyote School of Gunsmithing. Now he's actually trained as a gunsmith. Not that he uses it much.
Wiley Coyote is?
School, no. Although Wiley Coyote training may be a little more up to date than mine. Oh, yes. Israel is moving up the chain of command.
Yeah.
11 months shy of Israel opening up No Nut November for 2024, they've decided to go weapons free in gutter.
Yep.
And the Hamas high command has been hiding out safe in gutter, and apparently that was a mistake because the Israelis blew up. Apparently, summoned them all to a meeting and then blew up the meeting.
Yep. And they did tell the U.S. military, who told the president, who quickly called Qatar and said, Israel is getting ready to attack. And the U.S. military also told our guys there not to respond.
Duck and cover.
Yeah, duck and cover.
So Hamas is, yesterday they made the announcement there was this big thing about there was going to be a ceasefire in exchange for either 35 or 53 hostages. My dyscalculia gets spun up every now and then. I don't remember which. And then they announced that there would be no ceasefire, no hostage exchange till Israel got out of Gaza. So Israel went, okay.
Yeah. So you want us out of Gaza? We'll get out of Gaza as soon as we take your ass out of Gaza.
And they did.
Yeah.
Sadly, I strongly suspect that there are no living hostages remaining.
No,
There aren't.
although I do think it's funny that the young Gazan boy that Israel supposedly killed, they had an interview with.
That's not
Couple
the
of days
first
ago.
time that
Nope.
happened.
Nope.
Apparently, Joel, Jewish calendar anniversary of Operation Grim Reaper was Sunday. So 2 days ago was the start of No Nut November 2024.
Yeah.
Children, ask your parents.
Yeah. We do want to talk about something
Many
a little bit
things.
closer to home.
Many things.
One is our friend Peter Grant.
Yes.
Peter has been fighting for at least the last 3 years with workman's comp and insurance over his back issues and his kidney issues.
Mm-hmm.
He needs 2 operations, folks.
Well, is it?
The kidney is 90% non-functional.
No, it's dead.
Oh, it's
Apparently
dead. It is necrotic.
Oh, it's necrotic now.
It is gone. The longer they leave that in, the bigger the risk is. They need to get that out of him right quick.
So he's got that scheduled for the end of the month. But he also needs to have his back surgery redone and fixed.
He got injured when he was a chaplain for the Federal Bureau of Prisons. And it being the federal job, when he got injured on the job, workman's comp handled the surgery. Well, this is 20 years later.
Yep.
And the surgery site, the spine surgeries don't get better over time.
No.
So it hath gone the way of all things spinal. Well, his insurance says, oh, workman's comp covered that. Workman's comp needs to pay for it. Workman's comp is saying, oh, no, that was 20 years ago. This is an insurance thing. And neither one of them are wanting to pay. Well, it needs doing.
What they wanted, what the insurance company and workman's comp want, my opinion,
It's for Peter to die.
is for Peter to die. That's what they're hoping happens before, because this is going to end up as a court case.
Oh yeah.
The problem is Peter cannot wait for a court case. This is impacting his ability to write,
Which is impacting money flow.
which is impacting the family's money flow. He is having more and more trouble doing anything, getting up, moving around.
And when your back hurts that bad, you can't sleep. And
Yeah.
when you're running on sleep deprivation, the writing is interesting.
Which he's been running on for years. So there is a GoFundMe up. It's on his blog. It's
all
on
over
my
Facebook.
blog.
It's all over Facebook.
It's all over Facebook. So we would ask you if you can to donate something, $5,
And always,
anything you can spare,
and at least spread the word.
Yeah.
and
if you
let
can't-
people know.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I
Spread
was
the
gonna
word.
say, if you can't afford it, if you could spread the word around, that would be wonderful.
It's a Give, Send, Go, not a GoFundMe, because we have issues with GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But Give, Send, Go are good folks.
and Peter will get all the money. They will have to pay taxes on it. So
If you want to contact Dorothy, Dot is the one that set up the whole thing. So if you want to, if you don't want to go through Give, Send, Go, contact Dorothy by way of Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
And make arrangements for around the side.
Peter is not on Facebook, has
Uh-huh.
never been on Facebook.
No, he's not.
He's smarter than the rest of us. Yeah, you're right, Brian. GoFundMe is an asshole.
Yeah. I will give him points.
Thank you, RK.
The bug snipe that's the subject of my free floating ire. Apparently my PTSD is anger is tripped by certain things. I didn't realize it was tripped it. GoFundMe's been shutting down.
Yeah.
Because of course the usual suspects have been setting up GoFundMe's for the asshole who did the stabbing.
Yeah.
And thank God GoFundMe's been shutting them down.
So go help Peter if you can. If you can, at least spread the word, get the word out there. Larry's Kickstarter for Art Press went live this morning.
Did rather well.
A little over $100,000 in the first hour or so.
Yeah, when I got off the internet to come sit here, he was just over 100K, and they were looking for five.
Looking for 5,000 and got 100,000.
That is a testament to Larry's fan base.
Yeah.
I mean, he
And
has
his marketing skills.
bunch of fantastic fans, and it's really good to see them supporting him like that.
Yeah.
He has weaponized networking.
Arguing on the internet.
Networking.
Yeah.
He has weaponized networking.
Yeah, as Jesse says, funded in 45 seconds, over 100K now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get Peter funded.
Yeah.
Now we need to get Peter funded
Yep.
because he's paying cash these surgeries right
Yeah.
now.
If he gets to 50K, he'll have
36.
36 probably around there that he can actually use.
Yeah, I say he's paying cash for these surgeries because they got to be done.
And
a local doctor screwed up his kidney.
yeah, they've already gotten together all the money they can get through second mortgage and everything else.
Yep.
So it's not like they're depending on or begging everybody to pay for everything. They are going in the hole, deep in the hole
Yeah.
already to
Yeah,
pay for this.
They're really just asking for what they cannot manage on
Yeah.
their own, because this whole thing is probably going to cost them around $100,000.
Yeah.
I know Peter said 80 on the blog, but no, it's going to be more than that. Probably in the realm of 100 to 120,000 between the two surgeries, if he has to pay cash out of pocket for both
Well,
of
and
them.
not only that, but then he's staring at rehab.
Yep.
For back surgery?
Yeah.
How is rehab for back surgery, Jim?
Kick your ass.
Speaking of,
I have another round tomorrow.
yay!
So I will be nice and grumpy on Thursday.
You know what? I am going to say yay, and I mean it, because at least you can hack the physical therapy.
Yeah.
and it seems to be helping. You're moving around better.
Moving around better, but damn.
I know it hurts.
Yeah.
I'm sympathetic to that, but I'm just
Life
happy
is
you
pain,
can.
princess. Life is pain, princess. Anybody telling you difference lying to you.
Well, the nice thing is the damn rib head's finally staying in place.
Oh, good.
Oh, I don't have to go get my nail gun. That's good.
Yeah. Now, I had lost so much back muscle that my rib head was popping out. And if you've never had that happen, that is friggin' painful, folks. But that's beside the point.
That's not a very tight curved tip there. It's just me trying to. I'm drawing pears, okay? There's lots of green.
The things that Cedar does to get it right.
Well, yeah.
I wanted to say that our pencil lead had a medical issue and not to shame it, but good Lord.
Books that are coming out.
Multiple.
Yes.
The next Raconteur Press anthology will be Planks and Plunder.
Oh,
This
one
is,
of two, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So we had so many fantastic submissions that the editor for this one, Sarah Clitheroe, wound up asking if it was possible for us to spin out into 2 volumes. And heck yes, why not?
Oh.
But this is one of the rare Rack Press books. I'm a little adrift on exactly when it's coming out because I don't have to do anything on this one.
That's a novel concept.
It is. It's really nice. I like it.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you train people to do the same
take
things you
over.
do.
Goodness, I wouldn't know what that's like at all. Excuse me.
No, it's a very good thing. Sarah Clitheroe will be doing. I mean, this poor woman. We have dumped this whole anthology on her basically because she's doing the cover, the interior illustrations, and she did the editing to pull all of the stories together. So she's, and I have done that myself on an anthology. I know it's a crap ton of work, and she has been doing it beautifully. So this should be a fantastic anthology. Of course, it's pirate themed, and I believe book number 2 will be out in November, and it's Corsairs and Cutlasses.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's the next Rack Press release, and Meteor Men, which is our latest boys book, should be live for pre-order. Well, probably today, but technically tomorrow is the official drop for pre-order. And you can pre-order Meteor Men. Meteor Men is interesting because we don't want to get locked into just doing science fiction and fantasy for boys.
Yeah.
And Meteor Men is the first one where it is there's science, there's history, the boys are solving a mystery. It's a treasure hunt, basically. And it's more about the hunt than the treasure, and they wind up finding something that they weren't looking for in the first place. But it's a fantastic book. It's also a little longer than most of our boys' books are. It's about 80,000 words, so it is a full-length
and who wrote it?
novel. Scott Shad.
Okay.
So the most interesting
geologist
geologist in the world. No, seriously, when we got his bio, we're looking through it, we're like, dang, this man has done all the things.
Yeah. We have people with strange backgrounds, yes.
I love it.
Sitting
I
at this
really
table.
love it. I mean, I think it's fantastic that we are getting these voice books and novels and that we're able to do what we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's really nice because I don't get to go to the conventions like LibertyCon and get to talk to people about
We're
it.
dragging her to Pecan because she's the artist guest of honor, so she has to be there.
I kind of have to go to Pecan.
Has to be there.
A reputation maybe of something that happened earlier.
But I'm now getting messages from people, some of them authors, some of them just people telling me thank you for doing this because they are a parent and they see the lack of good books for boys and for tomboys, because
Yeah.
girls will read these too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're calling them for books for boys, but the reality is that there is a large chunk of the female persuasion at that age, that same middle grade age, that's going to glom onto these with both hands.
I'm learning that most girls will read boys' books.
Yes.
Very, very, very few boys will read girls' books.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is some calculus that Trad Pub should have figured out a long time ago, but they're stuck in and they can't get it figured.
And the thing is now with this whole recent discovery, and I'm doing air quotes, that men are not reading, it has a start much, much earlier in the fact that 30, 40 years ago, books for boys stopped being published.
Yeah.
So boys, young readers, took their imaginations and they dove into video games and manga and light novels because they could get the storylines there that they weren't getting in written fiction.
Well, and I posted earlier about what TradPub considers a good children's book these days.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's basically continuing the left's agenda.
Well,
There's a lot of preaching in YA. a
Cedar
lot.
and I were at a library function some months back, and a author that was also there was busy holding forth about the fact that writing books for boys is useless because boys don't read. And the young man who came out of the back to refill her water, I was watching him go back to back, pull a Japanese pocketbook out of his back pocket and read a chapter before he did the next thing.
Yep.
They'll read, just you have to write for them.
Yep. You absolutely do. And it is tragic that they have been left out in the cold.
Yeah.
And I keep,
Well, not
This
only
is the one
boys,
that
girls
kicks-
too.
this is the one that ticks me off because I have seen this multiple times, not in like comments to me, but just like comments in general on, and I really should start screenshotting them so I can do a post. Because what they keep saying is, oh, boys don't need books now. For now, they can go back and read the classics. There's My Side of the Mountain and Hatchet and Call of the Wild and
How many of those are still in
The
libraries?
Odyssey but the thing is that yes, there are wonderful classic books that boys can and do read. But that doesn't mean that we should just stop and give up on giving them books that are relevant to now.
Well,
And speaking as a publisher, why would you leave that money on the table?
Because they're not thinking about it as a business.
well, the other problem too is they don't see boys and girls as a viable market.
Which
They're more-
to some extent is true because it's not the boys and girls that are spending the money, it's the parents.
It's the parents. So that's why I think, and I didn't say this in my blog post or my Substack about it, but that's why I think the Trad Pub, still pushing the DEI, girls are everything, boys are nothing shtick.
Institutional inertia.
Because exactly institutional inertia. So they're thinking the parents will buy the book for the daughter and to hell with the son because all males are beta males.
Okay, so there's actually more to it than that. The reality is that the demographics of traditional publishing are heavily female and heavily
No,
feminist.
I'm told it's a patriarchal
I know.
system that no woman can ever get into.
I know, and they're heavily feminist.
And they're all in Manhattan.
And they have been taught literally since they were toddlers that males are inferior to women.
Yep.
So it doesn't even cross their minds. They're not thinking about this. This is just natural to them. This is the way it should be. And they don't stop to think. They're not thinking about it as a business.
No.
This is literally so encultured into them
And that's why
that they
those of us
cannot break the paradigm and think outside
Well,
what they've
that's
been
why
taught.
those of us who do think of it as a business because we're fucking starving
Yeah.
are eating their lunch.
Well, and it's been a problem for years with the literati in New York
Yes.
because they believe the world revolves around New York City.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the only ones.
Culture begins and ends in New York,
Yeah.
and everybody else just takes on that culture because
They do not. They have never. Most of them have never been west of the Hudson River.
Darn. Well, that's on them.
Damn sure have never been in flyover country, much less the South.
yeah.
They do not understand that they are a microcosm, and a very small one at that. When we had publishers like Jim Bain and the folks that originally ran Locus, the folks that originally ran the other magazines, they took a broader view. I mean, I grew up reading books called Boy's Life,
Mm-hmm.
which was a picture book with articles.
It was a wonderful magazine.
Yeah.
Ran for many, many years.
Yeah. And it went away because it wasn't profitable, quote unquote. I was a Boy Scout. I was an Eagle Scout.
I never made Eagle Scout. They threw me out. Got caught eating brownies.
Yeah. We had to go down the river to the Girl Scout camp for that, which might have gotten a few of us in trouble a couple of times. But, the experiences. And I grew up in an age where you got kicked out of the house, especially in the summer. You got fed breakfast and got told, come back when it gets dark.
Streetlights come on.
What street lights?
Yeah, I was going to say, there were no streetlights where I lived.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Jim was in the same boat.
Yeah. So we grew up playing in the woods. We grew up shooting birds and squirrels. And, it's really embarrassing when your mother is a better shot than you are, and most of the dads are. Because she grew up in the Depression.
If you didn't shoot it, you didn't eat.
You didn't
Yep.
shoot, you
And
didn't eat.
And you didn't waste ammo.
No.
You didn't waste ammo.
My great grandfather taught me to shoot, and that was the first lesson. You didn't waste ammo.
And you barked squirrels out of trees.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't hit the squirrel, you
Yep.
hit the tree next to it.
Because you'd ruin the meat.
Yeah. And you didn't ruin the meat.
Yep.
Now, with us kids with our single shot 22s, all we could do was hit the squirrel. But that's what we did.
Yep.
And in all the years of doing that, we only had one guy get hurt. And that was his own stupidity.
I expected you to say that.
Yeah. Because he tried to crawl through a fence, barbed wire fence, carrying his 22.
That will get you more often than not.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he got himself in the thigh.
Oh,
It happens.
oof.
So
Not the worst place, but good
Yeah.
God.
we carried him back, and we didn't get in trouble. His mother chewed his ass, took him to the hospital, got him patched up. And the bad thing was she took his rifle away for a month.
Oh, noes.
Yeah.
Not losing the rifle.
But we used to ride our bicycles with our rifle strapped to the front, to the
handlebars.
handlebars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And nobody said anything.
Nope.
And the parents, all of our parents knew roughly where we were. We were out in the woods. And the woods were about 2 miles wide and about 4 miles long. And there was a creek running down through the middle of it.
Wayne says, don't bring him in here. He's bleeding on my clean floor.
Yep.
Wayne says that because it's a quote.
Kermit, we lived out on the edge of town. There were no street lights out there. And a block past where we lived, the street went to dirt.
We lived 5 miles out of town on gravel roads, and there was no electricity out there.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So, no, there were no street lights.
Yeah. Dagger Moore says, I think most of us heard something like that a few times. We pretty much all did. And that's why we grew up to be who we are and what we are,
God rest our souls.
because we learned to make decisions. And I will say this, we learned to accept responsibility
No kidding.
Yep.
for whatever we did to ourselves or to somebody else. Barely a street, much less have lights. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ranch kids.
And we didn't, we were not rich. We didn't have money. But what we had were friends. And we had people that would.
You were rich. Trust me.
Yeah.
Having at least one of my childhood friends in the comments, we were rich.
Yeah.
We just didn't know it. And he needs to keep his mouth shut.
But we could go to anybody's house and get fed.
Or have your butt busted.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Ian's childhood friend in the comments needs to come over for supper some Saturday.
Yeah. Drag your ass over there. You have been warned. Otherwise, she'll come get you.
His mom tanned my ass once, and I'm pretty sure my mom got his once
Yeah.
for being stupid.
Well, and not only that, you got your butt beat by somebody else's mom. Then you got your butt beat when you got home.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it was a twofer.
Mm-hmm.
But that was something that we learned. We learned not to be stupid.
Those of us who survived.
Yeah. And we all survived.
Yeah. Obviously, we're standing here.
Yeah. The kids today, if a parent did to a kid today what our parents did to us, they would be in jail and we would be in CPS. I mean, I've seen what, and granted this is California, but I've seen what they try to do to my youngest daughter because she lets her kids go play. And she will sit on the porch and watch them. But because she's not right on top of them every second, she's had CPS called on.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And she lets them get dirty.
That's a rant from me y'all have heard before.
Yeah.
Stress test those friggin' immune system, folks.
Yeah. Getting kissed by the dog, getting, playing in the dirt.
Chasing crawdads in the ditches.
Yeah. 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 He got the youngest grandson, Jace, learned how to fish crawdads out of a
String paperclip and
string of paper clip, and a piece of bacon. Yeah. And they caught about 55 or 60 between that and the net.
Net's cheating.
Yeah.
Honestly, net's cheating.
They used to just send us to run out and jump in the Sayusla and swim after the little suckers.
Yeah.
You turn over a rock, you could generally find one. You just had to be quick about catching it before it scooted off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I follow this Cajun on named Corey Ledoux. I think Corey Ledoux on Facebook. He's a bit of a goober. He's having a good time. He is classic Cajun boy. Cajun, conservative and very Catholic. But he took his phone out in the yard. He was, talking. Does anybody else have this problem? And he tilts the phone down. There's these little mud volcanoes in the middle of his grass lawn.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I knew exactly what it was. Well, apparently the
mud bugs.
Yeah. And then he was fishing. He said, "Well, that's a small one. Put it back."
Yeah.
Those things make it hard as hell to mow, by the way.
Yeah. Rick made the comment, whatever Karen, who calls CPS for kids, being kids, needs to be taken out and left in the deep woods.
No, they'll find their way back.
The only problem with that, Rick, was her two kids were out playing with Jason Kaya. And she was standing in her kitchen window watching. She wasn't out with the kids. She was standing in the kitchen window watching because she expected
somebody else to take care of it.
My daughter to be out with Jason Kaya.
She expected somebody else to take care of her little buck trophies.
Yeah.
Girls go out and do a catfish. That would be what is her name? Hannah Barron.
Yeah,
Hannah
she's-
gives me hope for the future generations.
I'm waiting for her to get a catfish as big as she is.
That's
She's
not going to
come
be hard.
close.
It's not going to be hard. She's like 5 foot tall.
Yeah. Yeah, noodling for catfish is a special art.
No, I will not. I do not see how that child still has all of her fingers.
No.
Because the very first box I put my hand into looking for catfish, I'd find a snapping turtle. I know how this works.
Snapping turtles, just for your information, don't have to be that big to have a lot of power.
Yeah.
We caught one. This was a number of years ago, but we caught one. It was probably 12, 14 inches across. And we had him in a metal trash can.
Mhm.
And one of the guys stuck a 2x4 down there. And that son bitch bit through that
Yep.
2x4.
Yep. I've seen what comes out of,
Yeah.
I've been in the rivers around here.
Yeah.
And I'm not reaching into a hole in the Little Red or the Wichita.
Yeah.
Because I might come out missing digits.
Yeah.
Just sticking your hands in holes out in the woods or fields, or it's just a bad idea. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, around here we've got spiders and lizards and tarantulas and
Doug, if
Snakes.
you were gigging and getting snakes instead of frogs, somebody should have told you you only gig the stuff with the green eyes,
Green
not
eyes.
the red.
Don't go for red eyes.
Yeah, we had where we caught that snapper was out at our shooting range because it wouldn't get out of the road.
Well, at the old homestead that we finally sold off in Electra.
Yeah.
Chris and I were there one time, and the next door neighbor, for a long time friend of the family,
I don't care if you were 9, Doug. Somebody should have told you.
9's old enough to learn.
asked me
Green
to come
eyes only.
asked me to come over and get the snake out of her garden hose. So I went over there and looked, and there was this bull snake, little bitty bull snake, about yay long, curled up inside the coil hose. Bull snake. So one of my 2 functioning brain cells fired off, and I pulled some of my stab gloves. Getting bit by a bull snake there's no venom, but
Doesn't make it comfortable.
also you can get other stuff from a bull snake.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it, and about the time the squirmy little bastard hooked a fang in my thumb, I realized that my reptile identification was off because I was holding a very pissed off juvenile prairie rattler. And I screamed. Chris came running, and I fast pitched Johnny No Shoulders across the lawn. And Chris figured out what it was and went chasing it with a shovel and beat that thing 14 ways from Sunday before it stopped rolling.
Oh God.
Thank God for Hatch stat-proof gloves. That's all I gotta say.
Red Waldron. Straight off a Kansas farm. Ended up in Vietnam. He was bored walking around the hangar.
I don't know.
Oh God.
Picked up what he thought was a garter snake.
I don't know.
In Vietnam,
It was green.
yeah, his snake identification was definitely out of date.
It was a bamboo viper.
Ooh, bugger.
And of course, Papa San immediately starts chasing with a shovel. So he comes skidding around the corner of the hangar toward us, going, "It's only a garter snake. It's only a garter snake."
Oh shit.
And we scattered, and somebody went, "That's not a fucking garter snake. It's a bamboo viper. Throw it down." And he threw it down, and Papa San chopped that thing into about 30 different places and took them and buried them in different
In
places.
separate places. It's amazing how many continents that's the pattern, because they used to do it in Africa too.
Yeah. And a couple of weeks later, we're down in Thailand. Since Red was the junior guy, he got to take the snake stick and go rattle it up in the wheel wells
Since you like snakes anyway.
to make sure that we didn't have any extra riders, so to speak. And it was about 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. So we're all smarter than that. So we're on the ladder. And we hear the, rattle, rattle, rattle. I don't know why the hell this ain't worth anything. Rattle, 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 thump, slither.
Scream.
No, just heard the tink, 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 the stick hitting the ground. And, of course, we had our gooseneck flashlights, which are good for about 2.8 seconds.
And 2.8 feet.
Yeah, shine a light, and it's like, yeah, because there's things, doing this, oh, Cobra. All right, where the hell's Red? And we hear this voice goes, I'm up here. He was the top of the ladder. I don't know how he got up the ladder.
He didn't know how he got up the ladder.
Honestly, I think he went up the bottom of the ladder and around.
Cobras can produce magic effects in the unsuspecting. Did the military ever upgrade crookneck flashlights? Because those things are great but they sucked.
No,
they're still incandescent.
At least not while I was in.
That sucks.
That's why I hate battery anything, because they're nothing but a freaking holder for a dead battery. It was the same thing for the, click on flashy emergency beacon lights. I could carry 3 batteries and that were supposedly brand new, and 2 of the 3 wouldn't work. And the one that was in there would last for 2 clicks.
If the Army would upgrade those with LED bulbs and lithium D-cell batteries, those would be damn fine flashlights.
Yeah. Oh, and on that note, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
sorry. Yeah, critters will get your attention.
Oh, yes. And,
snapping turtle or kangaroo?
Well,
snapping turtle.
Well, yeah, snapping turtle. The kangaroo, there may be a great deal of myth around certain.
There is a great deal of myth around certain things, yes.
Yeah, a resident scientist has opinions.
Yeah. Well, we do appreciate y'all spending your time with us. And a last bag. Go help Peter out.
Yeah, go help Peter.
Yeah.
He's a good man in a rough spot, and he has helped so many people.
Yeah.
So it's time to return the favor.
Yeah. And we'll see you on Thursday, folks.
And we might have a guest on Thursday, so
Yeah.
you might want to tell your friends to tune in.
And remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. We'll see you later.
Later.
Bye-bye.